Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're heading up to the barn to work on the doors for the new duck stall. We have a pretty warm day today. We just got a deluge of rain last night and the day before. Filled up the bird baths and flooded some other areas. But Mumbles and the ducks are loving it out there in the flooded field right now. And Rufio, Sammy, and the chickens are out here finding a bunch of worms in the soil. I think I am gonna go ahead and let Dizzy out today. Her kids are plenty big enough. They really don't need her in there anymore. And I think they're both boys. So I really wanna get her out of there before they start thinking about doing boy things. Hey, Bert. How you doing, bud? I'm gonna be working back here for a little bit. Oh, brought up some tools here. Got Echo Pup with us. All right, now we're gonna get back to work on the duck stall here. We left off by putting in the new floor. We have the lower half of the walls here closed off and insulated so the wind's not blowing through on the ducks. They don't need a lot of heat. They actually would like a lot of ventilation. So we're gonna leave all these open cracks in the top boards here, and that's gonna allow a lot of airflow coming in. I did frame out 2 interior walls in here. I did it with all material that I already had. So we have a 24-inch knee wall going around so the ducks feel nice and comfortable. And then we have a lot of ventilation on the top with the white lattice, which is looking really good here for a while until we get the ducks in here making a mess. I wanted to keep this side pretty open so whenever I'm walking up to the ducks I can see them fully, and this is just chicken wire here, so that's nice and clear. We can see right through it. And I'm going to do something similar to the door here. For this little jutted out part, I just put another piece of lattice. And then in this gap here, I'm going to be putting a sliding barn door. I want to keep that nice and open too so I can see all the way in. So once the barn door goes on here for me to get in and out for clean outs, I only need one more thing, and that's going to be a little ducky door on this side so they can get in and out straight from the duck pen out there. So that's why I'm up here today. I want to get that ducky door in, or at least figure it out so I know what I need to finish it, because we're going to be getting pigs here soon. They might even come this week, so I really need to get those ducks moved out of the pig pen so I can get it cleaned up and ready for the pigs. And since we've been getting a lot of rain and we're supposed to keep getting some rain, I brought up another rain tank. So this is a 275 gallon tank just like these two are. I'm gonna have to paint it black once I get it actually finalized in position here. Just before the rain came last night, I got the backhoe out. I moved a lot of wood chips actually, but I brought some other stuff up. I got another stack of pallets brought up here, and I got a bucket load of this smaller stone here so I could create a base to set the tank on. I didn't get it all tamped down and level in the way it should be, but I also don't have the hose connections to reach over here and fill it up where it is anyway. We're supposed to get a lot of rain tonight too, so I want to try and collect as much of it as I can. Both of these tanks here are full, and the tank inside the barn, plus I have about 12 buckets inside the barn filled up as well. So the way I have my tanks hooked together, you can see it's just a hose going to a Y valve on this tank, and it comes over straight to the spigot on this tank. So the water level actually balances out through that hose between the two tanks. So what I'm going to do, I have this tank shut off. I'm going to take the hose off of it. I'm going to bring this tank around to the front here so I can reach it with this hose. And then once I hook that hose to that tank and open the valves, that tank will actually balance between the two tanks, and I'll have a half a tank in there and a half a tank in there. And then whenever the rain fills up this tank again, it'll fill up both tanks at the same time, and I'll have 3 full tanks up here. I hope that didn't sound more complicated than it is. But once I pick up another Y valve, I can put a Y valve onto this tank and another section of hose to reach over to this tank with a fern co onto the 2-inch fitting. So then all 3 tanks will be hooked into series, but they'll be acting as parallel because the first tank will fill up and it'll just balance between all 3 tanks at the same time, and they'll all fill up together. So my rain harvest system up here is not perfect. I don't even have a first flush system. I just have it coming from both gutters straight into the tanks. I do have some screens up there, but I don't have anything else. I will be making this better, but it's a work in progress. You know what we've been working for. I've been bringing you along for the whole journey here. So what? Hey, Sammy. So whenever I'm able to here, we're going to be upgrading the rain harvest system. I just want to get some more capacity up here right now. Huh, Pop? Yeah. Alright, I got it unhooked and I got the new tank all hooked up over here. All we have to do is open the valve and we can watch the water go down. We're just over 250 gallons because I did shut that tank off before I did the water change of the barn and give the ducks fresh water down there. So I already took some out of this tank, but we're gonna balance it out with the other tank, so it's gonna drop down to about half. So actually they won't be sitting half because this tank is a little bit lower than that tank. So the way the water is gonna balance, it's gonna be level between the two tanks. So this tank is gonna have a little bit more water to be level with that higher tank. It's not real important, but physics. You're gonna turn it, pup? Open. It's flowing. This tank does have a little bit of dirt in the bottom, but that's just from the rainwater off the roof. It's nothing bad. This has been cleaned out and rinsed out multiple times. But I'm gonna go ahead and let these two things balance and we're gonna go back to work, pup. This is the gate here to get into the duck pen from behind the barn. And this is where I want the ducks to be going whenever they come out of the top of the barn here. So we're gonna be putting a hole right here behind the gate. I have a post in the ground just so the gate stops before where I'm putting the door. And I have it marked here, this one. This is the board that we're gonna be cutting open into a door. We're gonna cut right above that nail line there. That's the foundation, the floor of the barn. So I need to cut a hole in the barn, make a door and a foundation and a ramp here to get the ducks safely down into the pen. And I don't wanna make it too big because I don't wanna block any sunlight from going into the pig pen window right there. So this is gonna take some figuring out. Now, Pop, yeah, you gonna help, bud? You gonna help? This is the duck house that we had the flock in last year. It's too small now for the amount of birds that we have this year, but I'm thinking I'm gonna clean this out and put Mumbles and a few ducks in here so she doesn't have to be with all the other ducks. I think she would enjoy having her own room at night, or at least being with a little bit less ducks. She was only raised up with half a flock, so she doesn't get along with Duke's flock as much. And the weather's warm enough now to where I can start using that small house again, and I think it'll just be nicer for Mumbles at night to get a little bit more space. But anyway, I'm gonna cut a hole in the barn. Up, up. If I cut the board out, it'll be 11 3/4 inch wide, and I think that's wide enough for a duck door. And I'm thinking either 18 inches or 15 inches tall. Might go 18. I'm gonna have to check if I'm cutting through nails. Hey, Bert. Yep. If I keep on that line, I'm gonna cut through all the nails. Oh, Pop. The water's filling up though, and going down. I was actually hoping to reuse that. We can fix it. We can fix it, Pop. What do you think of it? Is it nice? Do you like the view? Yeah. Brand new. Perfect. Now that I have a door and I know exactly where it's going to be, hey, we're at 400 liters, and over here we're down to 600 liters. Now that I know exactly where the door is, I can figure out how I'm going to build a platform up to it and then a ramp off of it. Up, up. So now you can see exactly how high I'm going to have to build the little porch here for the ducks to get in and out. Hey, pup, what's your step, buddy? We have a big old toad just sitting here. What are you doing, guy? I could have stepped on you, bud. Why are you sitting in the middle of the yard here? Don't eat that thing, puppy. Yeah, he's got a nasty little substance. He'll make you gag. You ate one as a puppy. If you remember, you're not gonna... Oh, there's another little one. Jeez, I gotta make sure I'm not stepping on these things. Puppy, there's toads everywhere. Might have to relocate you guys. You're in a construction zone. First thing to do is get the area cleared out and a blank slate to work with. Well, that wasn't hard. Yeah, I'm gonna have to relocate you guys. You can't be here. Hold on, buddy. Get you over here. I don't want you going under. You don't need this puppy. I'm gonna put you by this plant, bud. Right? Not gonna forget your buddy. We'll keep you guys together. He's right here, pup. Yeah, this little one. Come here, bud. Come here. I know, you're usually a night critter. Come here. Don't scratch me. I'll get you with your buddy. You're like a little mini-me compared to that guy. Here you go. Here's your mama, your big brother, your dad. I don't know. Stay over there out of the way. But you don't need to eat toad. Hope I don't step on any other ones. All right, well, I don't have a definitive plan here. I'm just gonna start messing around and see what I can make here. Get these toad juices off my hand. I got a bunch of stone here in place to distribute the weight. We don't want a lot of water behind the barn where it's just pushing down and caving in the wall here. So we're trying to distribute the weight with the stone. We're probably going to move these out away from the barn a little bit more too whenever we change up the rain system. But I got the stone in here. They just need packed down because that's a lot of weight whenever you fill up that tank with water. But I'm going to be bouncing around here on a lot of different projects trying to get ready for spring. All right, well, I came down to the house to grab some cinder blocks to take up there for building material. And then my neighbor called, told me he had some leftover building material from building his house. So I went down there, picked up all the plywood, and while I was loading it all up, it started to pour again. So the guys was pumping the water into the pond. The ducks are enjoying the muddy field out there. I'm taking refuge inside the patio right now, but this rain isn't gonna stop. It's gonna continue on for over an hour. Oh, Pop, you got all wet. Yeah, and you're on the couch now making it dirty. You silly pup. So out here my little mini pond is overflowing, but also my big pond is overflowing. I still want to make some progress today, so we're going to switch it up and we're going to start working on the sliding barn door inside the barn. Where are you going? Come on, pup. It's getting flooded out here. I'm going to need a bridge. Huh. Uh-oh, Mumbles is yelling inside the barn. I wonder if she's trying to lay an egg right now. Get your cube, buddy. No, it's all wet. Bring. What's going on, ladies? Melissa, what's Mumbles doing? Rosie, Chicken, Dot. What's the situation? Mumbles, you're in your nest. All right, we'll leave you alone. Come on, pup. Come on, come on. We're leaving. I guess Mumbles is about to lay an egg. We got a river coming down here along the side of the barn, but it is mostly graded away from the barn. Let's see what we have here. We're missing a lot of the water. Oh, the bag's not in the hole. We're missing some of the water there. There we go. That should all be going in now. And we still have some space in the tanks. You can see this one's almost half full, but this one's maybe 3/5. Come on, pup, come inside. All right, so on this side of the duck pen, I do want to put a sliding barn door. I have a barn door tracking here and one set of rollers. I need to buy another set of rollers, but I already bought the mounting brackets I needed for the track. I'm trying to use things that I already have, but I had some gaps. I had to buy some things to fill it in. These 3 2x4s, my dad actually got from the second-hand pile at Lowe's. He bought them whenever he was getting some insulation board to hold them down. So these do have some splits in them. They're not perfect, but I think I can make a door out of this for the duck pen. It's gonna have to be at least 52 inches wide, and it looks like just over 6 feet tall. And the rain's starting to pick up out there. I also need to work on the turkey hut roof. They have a few leaks in that tarp over there. I need to finish it off with the metal. I have so many open projects going on right now. I always try to take on too much. What are you yelling about? What? Just rain up there. Garbage? Nah, you don't need plastic. What are you doing? You don't need that. Is that what you're barking at? The garbage lid? Why are you making noise over here, buddy? Nothing living in there. Are we safe? Thank you. Oh, puppy, we built a door too big. Jeez. Looks like the rain's letting up out there. That's good. What are you doing? What'd you see? I didn't see anything. Alright, figure it out. So the main feature of a barn door here is that it slides across on the track, and for that to happen it needs to be up off the ground at the bottom so it's not dragging across the floor. But with the door sitting on the floor right now, up here at the bracket, it is sitting a little bit too high. It's supposed to be below that all thread and then just bolt in through these holes, but right now if I put it into place, the door is hitting that all thread and I still have to lift it up a half an inch so it has clearance on the bottom to slide freely. So I'm either going to notch a hole in the back of the door here so that all thread can kind of just fit into the notch and I can get that into place, or I'm going to take the grinder and cut the all thread shorter. But I think this is going to work out as a sliding barn door. It's as simple as I could possibly make it. The 45s that I took off the end so I could fit them together at the corners, I just plugged into the inside there to add extra support. I am going to cover this with metal mesh or chicken wire to keep things from getting through it, but I think this is going to work out as a nice simple door. I need to find one more bracket like this so I can get it mounted and actually get it to slide. But when I stopped at the store the other day to get the mounting brackets for the tracking, they didn't have a matching roller mount. This has the mounting plate, but then it also has double metal rollers that fit into the tracking that I already have, so I need one that matches this. They had other rollers there, but they were black plastic rollers that aren't going to fit in here. At least I don't think they do. I didn't want to get them. I just wanted to get something that matches what I already have. And as you can see, whenever it's fully open and the roller hits the stop at the end of the track, I'll still have a little bit of door overlapping the opening, but I think I have plenty of open space to get a wheelbarrow in there and do the clean outs when I need to. So it's not perfect, but I like using the things I already have. Now pop, your face is all wet, buddy. So the sliding door on this side's almost done. All I have to do is get some mesh on that thing and then get another mounting bracket for it. Now this door over here, I'm still working on ideas in my head on how I'm gonna finish this. Oops. And I do want to build a little protective box over the hose that runs into the floor here so the ducks don't mess with it. Well, this thing's filling up, but we still have space. We're just under 700 liters, and there's 150 gallons in this one. But we do have a lot more rain coming tonight. Huh, Pop? What do you think, bud? What's going to be the best course of action for building a porch here for the ducks? So my initial thoughts here is to dig out a little flat spot here that I can get some concrete blocks in there and start building up to the height of the door. I want to be able to open this door from outside the pen. I don't want to come into the duck run here, and I don't want to have to go into their pen inside the barn. So I'm going to have to make some type of simple mechanism to open this door. But before the ducks start going to bed, I want to get the house out here ready for Mumbles. I want to try and put her in there tonight. Oh, Sammy, you are wet, buddy. You need to dry off. Hey, Gina. Ooh, Mumbles. I didn't mean to bother you, girl. I didn't know you were in here. I just need some hay. All right. Yeah, I hear you back there. You calm down too, Lil Ro. Echo, leave her alone. Yeah, she hissing at you, bud. Yeah, she's hissing. Sorry, Mumbles. Spring is one of Mumbles' egg laying seasons, so whenever she's nesting, she's a little less cooperative with the other ducks being around too. So I'm gonna get the old hay cleaned out of here, get some fresh hay in there, and then maybe she can have her own little space away from the other ducks when she wants to nest. All the ducks are out in the field right now, still enjoying all the fresh forage that the spring growth is bringing. They're also just finding a bunch of bugs out there, I bet, with all the flooding. Huh, Pop? You want to play with your cube? Ooh, stuffed. You might notice from the camera angles, but I really try not to put my neighbors' houses in the camera angles. I really don't like looking at them at all. I'm trying to plant a bunch of trees and everything around the property so I don't have to see their houses and their windows. But just for a second, we're going to pan over here to the blooming nectarine and the Cleveland pears and show off how good they're looking right now. I love the bright colors it's giving off, and we also have the yellow forsythia over there looking good. Remember, if you want to see the garden tours, check out my other channel, Whittaker's Nature at Home, down in the description. Need a shovel. You do you, girl. I don't want to bother you. Oh, now it looks even better with the ducks in the picture. I just wish my evergreens were a lot bigger and fuller. Oh, Rita, what are you doing in here? You checking in on Mumbles, making sure she's nesting right? Go ahead and sit down, girl. What are you doing? I'm making you a new nest if you want another room, girl. You don't have to do it there. I'll give you your own space. You let me know what you want. Up, Pop. What are you two doing? You're cute. Alright, the duck house is operational again. I'm just adding a little bit of extra hay back here in the corner, just in case I can get Mumbles in here to nest. She's a big bird and she likes a lot of hay for a big nest. Huh, Pop? Yeah, we got to get the door. The door's back here in the back. A little dirty. I don't know where the toads went. Oh, yeah, they're still right there. Oh, they're on their back. Yeah, puppy, one toad on top of the other toad now. They're hanging out. This right here is the front door. It pops right in there, and then I let them in and out from that door. But I'm actually going to leave this off for now. If I want any chance of getting them in there, it needs to be a wide open door so they know where they're going. Mumbles, do you want a new house, girl? I know you're sitting there trying to nest. We might not be able to do this tonight. This is one of your laying nights. Let me shut your window. We might have to do this tomorrow, huh, girl? Alright, you just preen, girl. I'll check in on you later. I don't want to have to force you out of there. At least we got it ready. So I am going to put the door on because I don't want all the rain that we're supposed to get in tonight to go and blow into all the dry hay. It's a perfect fit. Nice tight fit. Just like that, lock it into place, and then it has a door here that I can get in and let them out in the morning. If you've been following along or went back and saw the older videos, you know how this one works. But it's gonna be nice to have the birds out in this house again. Up, up. And I'm looking at about only 15 minutes until I have to close up the barn. Oh, slipping. It's muddy up here. I'm gonna have to make a nice ramp for the ducks. But I wanna get this hole closed up before we're done here. Bert, you ready for bed? It just started raining and the fire whistle went off. You tell them. Check on Jim and Pam. Hey Jim, you already up on your perch, bud? You're doing good, buddy. Pam girl, give me a hiss. Yeah, that's a girl. That's the way I know you're there. Should be able to use the flash on you. You're not afraid of it like the ducks, huh? You're still broody. I'm gonna have to get in there and candle your eggs, but I feel like she's gonna be aggressive if I try and get in there and steal her eggs. Yeah. How many do you have? Ooh, hi. I don't want to bother you too much. I just wanna see your clutch, girl. I just wanna see your clutch. You're like a dinosaur. I'll leave you alone. It's okay, pup. We can clean this out. I just want to clean it up for you, girl. It's okay. That's not, ow! It's not an egg, it's poo. I just want to clean it up. Okay, I'm done. Come on, pup. Oop, I threw it on you. Sorry, buddy. And you can see over here in the corner, I have a really low-tech rain harvest system. It just leaks right through down the wall and into the water bowl. Even though this one works, I am going to work on getting a better rain harvest system out here. Hi, Jim. Pam bit me. I need to talk to human resources. Come on, pup. Oh, looks like Bert and the girls are thinking about going in. And I think I'm about done for the night too. That's gonna be all for this one. There's a lot happening here as we're coming into spring, getting ready for the new animals. So if you wanna keep following along with everything here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button if you liked the video, and if you wanna help support the channel even more, check out that join button. You can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy. And I'll be letting Dizzy out of this cage here soon, but I don't think I'll be letting the twins out. If these are boys, I don't need any more roosters running around with my girls.